Good morning. It is 11 and the OGs are alive and well. We want to thank you for tuning in today. It is the first Thursday in this month, and we're going to bring this money in with the bang. We want to make sure that whatever we do today, it get out well, and make sure that our guest is, we have a dynamic and exciting guest today. And I must say that it is a last minute decision that was made, and we are so pleased that she could come in at the last moment. We want to thank our promoters. We want to thank our sponsors for allowing and making it possible that we may be here. The Russian firm is a quite established law firm with a great reputation. Got a reputation of taking care of criminals, whether it's civil.
Taking care of criminals.
Oh yeah, we take care of them criminals. So
Accused.
if you got a problem, just call us here at 444-770-300, and the Russian firm would be glad to take your case. We also are brought to you by A to Z Imprints. A to Z is a great organization. It is a company that imprints your dream, if that's so desired by you. They can print anything up to 500,000 articles as long as it's moral and legal. Of course, if it's not moral and legal, call us anyway, and we got somebody who will take care of that. That's the Russian firm. We want to thank Miss Betty for making sure that everybody got a house. If you want to watch what you're doing at your house when you are away, look up iwatchmyhouse.com. You can be in Japan, you can be in England, or you can be right here in Atlanta, and you can see anything that go on in your house. You can talk to anybody there. If a criminal come on your property, you know it. If friendly come on your property, you still know it. Whether he's the friendly milkman or if he's the friendly yard man, you will see them. We want to thank you for just giving us your attention. We're located at 3105 Washington Road in the great city of East Point. And as I said, the phone number here is 444-770-300. And we just want to thank you. And my name is Lewis Jackson. Today I'm your co-host. On my far left is Don Farmer. He's your host today, but I had to tell a little about my host because he's a real bright fella. He has 3 words that he has invented. We have promoted one, aggressive. If you don't know, go Google aggressive and you can see the person here who's invented it. He has 2 other words that he has not brought on the market yet, but we're going to celebrate them sometime this year. And he's going to introduce our dynamic and pretty guest. She looks so good, we want you to see how she looks. So before we introduce you, before I turn it over to my host, we just ought to stand up so everybody could see your beauty. We want to turn it over to her. See, such a beautiful person. Thank you. And we're going to turn it over to our host, Donna Farmer.
Good morning. You can introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Debbie Green, and I'm with Liberated Solutions Consulting Service. I am the co-founder.
And what does that mean? What do you do?
Liberated Consulting Service, Liberated Solutions Consulting Service is bring awareness through change. What we do is we are a community-based consulting service that has resources and also opportunities. We deal with people that are in the penal systems. They could be coming out from a situation where they have been in prison for a period of time, trying to acclimate themselves back into the communities, and also help them to reform, far as their mental awareness, because a lot of them have a lot of things that they have been going through in prison as well as during that particular time. And before they can get accustomed to coming back into society, they need to be spiritually grounded as well as mentally aware.
Okay, so
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, you did.
I want to back up to this word liberated. Now, is this word used literally or is used to reform? See, because we usually take when it's liberated that you're free to do what you want to do. If somebody coming out of prison, they're not quite free because they under control of a parole officer,
Exactly.
or they're under control of something like that. So, so you tell me how this word is used. Is it used literally, or is it used just in your title to draw attention, so we'll know that this person is on the way back out?
Well, liberated is used literally because it means freedom.
Yeah.
It means freedom. And you're right. You're absolutely correct. They're not free when they're inside of the penal system. But what happens is, sir, once they leave the penal system, then, they have to go through the process of getting free, right? They have to go through pre-release. And once they leave pre-release, they usually go to a facility that they have to be at a period of time. They're on probation. And then at that point, then they're released back into society. So Liberated is in Liberated Solutions specifically to note that it's freedom time for that individual, not just freed up from where they are in their physical, far as where they were living, but freed up in their mind. They no longer have to be bound down to that way of institutionalized thinking anymore, because coming back into society, especially a person that has been in prison for anywhere, it doesn't matter if it's 3 to 20 years. Things change. People change. Their families have changed. Even they change over that period of time, dealing with a lot of aggressiveness, dealing with a lot of volatile or hostile environment. It causes a person to change. So what Liberated Solutions Consulting Service does is help that individual, as I said earlier, to reform. Not just reform their thinking, but reform how they look at life in general. Because you cannot have the same mindset. You might have this one mindset going in, but coming out, you cannot have the same mindset, because what eventually happens is that you get caught up, what I call the 360. You're going through a revolving door. Because as you know, we are in an economical crisis, so it's difficult for people just, in society to get a job. So if you are coming out of the penal system, back into society, of course, they look at you a total different way. When they put your social security number in far as for jobs, checking backgrounds, automatically these things come up. So that we can prepare them for that, so they don't actually get in a regression state. They don't get depressed. We keep them encouraged, we keep them built up, we keep them motivated, and we also teach them coping skills. And the best thing about it, sir, as we, like me and yourself, went to a meeting yesterday at the legislature, at the House of Representatives, and 265 is on the table right now, and that's criminal reform. And that's something that I'm very passionate about, because I believe everyone deserves a second chance. People get into situations that they don't always want to be in, but for whatever reason, because of decision making, they have to deal with the consequences, the situation, circumstance, and repercussions of whatever that they go through. But even then, that don't make them bad people. That makes them, people who want another second chance.